So again, this is angle 8, angle 12. They are only sitting on one line. That one line is cut by a transversal, which makes them intersecting lines. So because they're intersecting, 8 and 12 form angles that are across from each other. Another word for across is what again? Opposite. So what angles are we talking about that are opposite? Vertical. Vertical angles are opposite each other. But they are also considered what? Congruent. What does the word congruent mean? They're equal to each other. So again, before I do anything, I got to set it up. So this tells me that angle 8 is congruent to angle 12. But what do I know about the measure of angle 8? It is 47 degrees. And so if they are congruent, if the angles are congruent, that also means the angles are equal to each other. So if one is 47, that means what about the other one? It's equal to 47. Please stop. 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 Thank you for stopping. Number two. The angles we're talking about in number 2 are 7 and 6. So we go over here and look at 7 and 6. Here's 7, there's 6. There's 6, here's 7. 7, 6. No. Please don't. Please don't. Now, we're looking at these two angles. Are these angles touching two lines or just one line? Two. So now we're looking at parallel lines. So if I got two lines, if I'm dealing with two lines, they're the parallel lines right now. Because they told us right here, parallel lines. Cup high transversal. Now let's look at the transversal. Are these angles on the same side of the transversal or opposite sides of the transversal? Same side. So now we go to our handy dandy notebook and look at our Blue's Clues. Which theorem is talking about angles that are inside the parallel lines and on the same side as the transversal? What's it called? Consecutive interior angle. CIA. Not the. Never mind. Not the people that be spying on everybody. CIA. Please hurry up.
Okay.
FBI do the same thing.
So now, what do I know about consecutive interior angles? What's it say? That tells us that they are supplementary. Hey, please stop. Now's not the time. Now should be paying attention.
I'm trying to find my.
Just get a clean sheet of paper and just put it on there. Here we go. So what does the word supplementary mean I need to do first? The first, nope, I got to do something before I do the one, bring up 180. Yes, sir.
Add up the two angles.
I got to add the angles. So I got angle 7 plus angle 6. And once I add the angles, then I can do what? I can do what? 2. I can set them equal to 180. Because again, I identify the angles, then I tell myself what I got to do based off of those angles. Then I set up what I'm supposed to do with the angles. Then I fill it in. So what do I know about the measure of angle 7? It's 125. Plus, what do I know about angle 6? So if I don't know something, I put what in its place? And they equal up 180. So now I gotta solve for x. So in order to solve for x, what's gotta go bye-bye? In order to get rid of it, I got to do what? Because that's the
Who, no. Oh,
I don't have enough. Got to borrow from here
each other.
to give to here. 5, 5. So x equals. So the measure of angle 6 is 55 degrees.
What come A?
Please stop. Please stop.
Oh. Cheeseburgers.
Here we go. Number 3. We're looking at angles 6 and 12. Here's 6. There's 12. This is 12. There goes 6. So now I gotta ask, are these angles touching 2 lines or just 1 line? 2. So because they're touching 2 lines, are they inside the 2 lines or are they outside the 2 lines? Inside. Cool. So that cuts our list down dramatically. So now, are they on the same side of the transversal or opposite sides of the transversal? Opposite. So what angles are described as opposite sides of the transversal inside the 2 parallel lines? Alternate interior angle. And what do I know about alternate interior angles? They're congruent. What do I know about congruent angles? They're going to be the same thing, right? They're going to be equal to each other. So now set it up. Angle 6 is congruent. So that's the equal sign with the squiggly line above it to angle 12. But I know angle 6 is what? 84 degrees. So if they're congruent, which also means they're equal, which also means they're the same angle, what can I say about angle 12? It is 84 degrees. All right. Any questions so far?
No, Mr. Matt.
Here we go. Now we're going to 14 and 13. 14 and 13. Here's 14. There's 13. That's 13. Here's 14. So now if I'm looking at these angles, tell me what you see if you're looking at these angles. Yes. What else?
Is that an eagle sign?
What you said? Yeah, but that don't mean nothing, but that is an observation. Yes.
Is that an equal sign? Like,
Yes. Above it is an equal sign with a squiggly line, which means congruent.
Oh.
Congruent is the equal sign with the squiggly line on top. But what else do I notice about 14 and 13? Yes, they're right angle. What are they in relation to each other? Are they next to? Are they across from each other? Are they? They're next to each other. They're next door neighbors. They like right next, just like he right there next to you. They next door to each other. So I got these 2 angles that are next door to each other, and together they make what degree? What kind of angle? 90 degree. How do I know it's a 90 degree angle? How do I know it's a right angle? That little square, that little box in there tells me off rip, this is 90 degrees. Because if I don't see it, I'm not going to think it. Unless somebody specifically tells me that it's 90 degrees. I'm not going to assume. Now, unless they say the lines are perpendicular, but that's a whole nother story. So what do I know about angles that are next to each other that have been put together to make a 90-degree angle. Anybody, what are those called? They make a right angle, but that's not what they call. Because it's more than one angle that you added together to make 90 degree.
Can you say the question?
I'm going to say it again. What is the type of angles that if I add them together and the sum of them make 90 degrees?
Complementary.
Complementary.
Complimentary.
So the first thing I got to do with complementary angles is do what? Add what? Add the angles. So that means I got angle 14 plus angle 13, and together they're going to make what? 90. What do I know about 14?
It equals 38 degrees.
It is 38 degrees. I don't like how that looked. Let's do it again. 38 plus what? X. It's going to equal 90. So now I got my little baby one-step equation, which means I got to do what? Which means I got, what's my next move then?
Get rid of
What do I got to get rid of?
The 30.
Why?
Because the variable needs to be by itself.
Because the variable got to be by itself, and that's the only thing that's in its space. So I subtract 38 from both sides. So I'm just bring this over here, 90 minus 38. I gotta borrow from here, that's gonna make it 8. I gotta give it to that, that's gonna make it 10. 2, 5, x equals 52 degrees. All right, here we go. 4 more. 9, 12. 9 and 12. 12 and 9. So now, again, we gotta look. Are they on 2 lines or are they on 1 line? They're on 1. Cool. So now I got two lines that intersect and they form at 9 and 12. What type of angles are 9 and 12? What's the first thing I notice about them? They're next to each other. What's another word for next to each other or next door neighbors? Which is what? Adjacent. Cool. What else do I notice about 9 and 12? They're on the same line, which means they make what? Why? Do they make what do they make if you put them together? What's that called? What type of angle is that? It's a specific name. They make a straight angle together. And what do we know about straight angles? They equal 180. And so now, if I put these 2 angles together in some form of mathematician stuff, magic, let's just call it addition. And together, they make a straight angle, which equals what? That means these angles are what? What's supplementary? So I got adjacent angles that are also supplementary, which together they make what kind of an angle? Nope. They got a specific name. They are adjacent and supplementary. What pair of angles are those? Are you asking or are you saying it? That's your final answer? Anybody disagree? He said the name of these angles on the table are called linear.
Yes.
Agree or disagree?
Agree.
Linear, yes.
I agree.
Okay, cool. Linear pairs. And because we said that S word, supplementary. So the whole, what? Stop messing with her. It's mutual. This is the thought process throughout this whole assignment. All we're trying to do is figure out where these angles are in relation to each other. That's it. There were no tricks. All you had to do is go back to your vocabulary, back to your theorems to see which one fit those angles that you were looking at that time. So now, because I know they're supplementary, again, what do I need to do if they're supplementary? What's the first thing I do? If I'm add angles. So it's angle 9 plus angle 12. And together, the sum of them is what?
180.
Equals 180.
180.
So what's 9?
143.
143. What's 12? Together they make 180. So now what's my next move?
You get X by 12.
By doing what?
You're rating 143.
Subtracting, because in the problem, what do you see? What's the sign in front of 143?
Addition.
Addition. And then the opposite, subtraction. So that means the measure of angle 12 is 37 degrees. 37. See.
I can't read it, Mr. Man. I can't read.
All right, now we're looking at 8 and 6. 8 and 6. 8 and 6. One line, two lines. One or two? Everybody good with 2? Cool. From there, are they inside the 2 parallel lines or are they outside?
One is inside, one is outside.
One is inside, one is outside, so it's both. So that just knocks out a whole bunch of stuff going on right there. What's the only thing that's left? If we all, what's the word for inside the parallel lines? What's the word for outside the parallel lines? So if we ain't talking about no interior angles or no exterior angles, what's the only one that's left?
Corresponding.
So how do we check it? What do we got to make sure that they are? No. What's the thought process? What's the description for corresponding? They got to be what? Same what? Same what? Same who?
Side.
What they say up there in the orange?
Same angle, same spot. different
So, if you ain't got it, you might want to put it in there real quick and go home and study it. You might want to study tonight.
I can't read that. You ain't even know what I'm saying.
So, it says, same angle, same spot, different line. Same angle, same spot, different line. So now, let's look at angle 6 and angle 8. Are they the same angle? Do they look like the same exact angle?
Yes.
Are they in the same spot but on different lines?
Yes.
So does that mean that, so that tells us that these are in fact what?
Corresponding.
Corresponding angles. And because they are corresponding angles, what does that tell us about, what does it tell us about corresponding angles?
They're congruent.
They're congruent. Especially if they're the same angle in the same spot but on different lines, they're congruent. Now this doesn't change if they decide to tell you that one of these angles got an X in it. They still congruent. And because they're congruent, we still gonna do the same exact thing that we do with congruent angles. Which means we do what?
Angle A is equal to.
Angle A is, what's that C word? Congruent
Congruent
to angle 6. Now, what is the measure of angle A?
52 degrees.
52 degrees is equal to
52.
52 degrees. Questions? 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 Like, this is the thought process that you should have. This is the thought process. As you go through these angles, what is their relation to each other? Unless you want to keep going there, doing that. Okay, all right. This is a little slow with that one. All right, here we go. 5 and 1. 1 and 5, 5 and 1, but we're not talking about 15. All right, so we're looking at these angles. Are they on one line or two lines?
Two.
How do we know? What is it? Which one is it? I heard both answers. Which one is it? They're on 2. All right. So now we're talking about the parallel lines. How do we know? Because they told us. Are they inside or outside the parallel lines?
Outside.
Outside. Are they on opposite sides or same sides as the transversal?
Opposite.
So this tells me these angles are what?
Alternate exterior.
Alternate exterior angles. And what do we know about alternate exterior angles? They're congruent. I'm gonna knock this out because that's easy. Angle 5 is congruent to angle 1. What's the measure of angle 5?
90.
Which means it's gonna equal what?
90.
All right, real quick before that period come on. Here we go. 9 and 13. What are they in relation to each other? When it comes to the lines, the parallel lines, are they 1 or 2? What about the transversal?
Same side.
So, are they inside or outside?
Outside.
Which one are they?
Consecutive exterior.
C, E, A. And what do we know about consecutive exterior?
There's
There's
supplementary.
one.
It's supplementary. And then because they're supplementary, you got to do what? Add who? Add angles. It's literally the same thing. Anytime supplementary, add angles. Angle 9 plus angle 13 equals, and then once we add them, we do what? Set them equal to 180. What's 9 equal?
135.
Plus
X.
equals.
180.
Shh. Minus 135, because that's what we were supposed to do. So 180 minus 135. I got to borrow from here. That's going to be 7 and give it to you, because you ain't got enough. 0, nope, not going to do that. Because I used to be that. 5, 4 equals X. And that's what the measure of angle 13 is. Ta-da. Now, again, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to have to use your brain and your eyes and your deductive reasoning anytime we start dealing with these angles. And this ain't even a complex one for real. I seen that just been a real doozy. Might just do a real doozy one day. And start off with one angle, and you got to figure out all of the angles. Yep, let's do that next week. I got to remember that. I need to write it down. All right, before we stop, do I have any questions about these? Anybody got any questions?
No.
Questions? Y'all see it one? Y'all made it harder. Was it really that hard once we went through it?
No.
What you said? I don't believe you. I don't believe you. I seen when you started, and it was a little shaky at start, but it is what it is. Hey, thank you for tuning in on another edition with Math with Mac. Hope you enjoyed it. Please, if you were watching this before Friday, December 10th, I would advise you to study. All right, until next time.